Every city has doors that don't lead where they're supposed to. Most people walk past them their whole lives and never notice. Mira noticed. For years, she'd kept a record, a ledger bound in bark, filled with the doors only she seemed able to find. 600 of them so far. Each one stranger than the last. It was a Tuesday, nothing special about it, when the 601st door appeared. Not in a forest, not behind some ancient wall, just in the elevator of her own apartment building, tucked behind the emergency phone panel. Small, no taller than her me, painted the exact blue of a robin's egg. She'd learned, after 600 doors, that you don't rush a discovery like this. You write it down first. Location, color, size. The ledger had rules, even if the doors themselves never did. She knelt down in front of it. Something about this one felt different. Not dangerous exactly, but urgent, in a way she couldn't quite explain. When she pressed her ear close, she caught the faint sound of wood smoke, and underneath it, something else. Someone crying. Crying on the other side of a door usually meant one thing: grief too big for a stranger to fix. 600 doors had taught her to be careful with that. But this crying had a rhythm to it, like a song somebody kept forgetting the words to. And Mira had never once been able to walk away from a broken song. She had a rule of her own, one she'd made the hard way after a door with teeth. Never step through blind. Arm first. Always arm first. So she reached forward into the dark and felt something soft, cool, alive, moss. That was answer enough. She folded herself down, impossibly small, and stepped through the little blue door, out of the elevator, out of everything ordinary, and into somewhere else entirely. On the other side was a round stone room, walls worn soft with age, open completely to a sky that shifted color like it couldn't decide what time of day it wanted to be. And in the middle of that room sat someone waiting. He looked like a boy, roughly, shaped from pale, unlit candle wax, tears sliding down his cheeks and hardening into little beads the moment they left his face. He'd been crying, it turned out, for a very long time. It happened during a birthday, he explained. His sister had made a wish and blown him out, without ever knowing he was more than just a candle, more than just a flame to be wished away. He'd been sitting in the dark ever since, waiting for someone to notice he was still there. "Can you light me again?" he asked her. Simple, almost embarrassed. "I just need someone to want me to keep going." Mira checked her pockets. No matches, no lighter. Just the stub of a pencil she used for her ledger. Hardly useful for lighting a candle, wax boy or otherwise. But she'd learned something else over 600 doors. Sometimes wanting is its own kind of fire. So instead of searching further, she sat down next to him, right there under that shifting, ceilingless sky. She told him, without ceremony, without performance, just the plain truth of it, that she wanted him to keep going, that she meant it. And something in him caught, low and blue, right at the wick, a small flame flickering to life in the center of his chest. The blue deepened into gold. Warm light spread across his wax face, across the stone floor, up into that strange open sky, until he wasn't dim and grieving anymore. He was simply lit, alive, in whatever way a candle boy gets to be alive. Mira stayed a while longer, long enough to know he'd hold the flame on his own. Then she stood, walked back to the small blue door, and looked back once before stepping through. The elevator was exactly as she'd left it. Fluorescent light, brushed steel walls, nothing magical about it at all. The little blue door closed quietly behind her, and like always, it wouldn't be there in the morning. That night, by lamplight, she opened her ledger and added the new entry. Door 700, robin's egg blue, elevator panel, leads to a room of open sky. And then underneath, a note she didn't usually write. Do not enter needing to be useful. Enter only ready to want something for someone else. The door never came back. They never did. But sometimes, walking past that elevator on an ordinary morning, Mira caught the faintest smell of warm candle wax drifting through the hallway, and she liked to think that somewhere, in a room with no ceiling, a boy made of wax was still burning, still lit, still wanted.